Hey, what's happening, everybody? Hey, this is your boy Tim Bostic from the Voice of Empowerment. Glad to see you today. Glad to know you're doing all right. Um, I just want to talk about something a little simple today. First of all, today is a great day. It's a beautiful day, wherever you may be. I don't care what you're going through. If you can hear me, you can see me, you're doing fine. Okay, you're gonna be all right. Everything's gonna be okay. You made it to another day. Um, I want to first of all tell you that I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I'm allowed to be able to share this message with you. I'm grateful because I am in my right mind, my health, my strength. Um, I'm grateful because I'm not, um, how would I say it, in a bad space. Like sometimes you can get in. Sometimes you can be in a space where is anything ever going to go right? Sometimes you can be in a space where like, wow, will this ever change? Well, I'm here to tell you the only time it will change is when you change your mind. Something I want to talk to you today, and my topic is about having the strength. Sometimes, we go through things in life, and some things in life are self inflicted, and some things in life you have no control over. But some things in life occur because you didn't or you don't have the strength or haven't displayed the strength thus far to change it. And I want to challenge you on having the strength to change the things that you can change in your life. Kind of like the prayer of serenity. God grant us the ability to change things we can change and some things we can't change, know the difference and all the other. You know how the prayer verse goes, how the prayer goes. But what I want to say to you is, at this day, in this point in time, if you want anything in your life to change, you got to have the strength to change it. Okay? You can't wait for God to come down here, levitate down here, and on your level come tell you, say, hey, you got to change this. No, because first of all, God lives inside of you. He's in you, and He resides in you, and He abides in you every day. And He talks to us constantly. And a lot of us constantly suppress His voice. We got to have the strength and the intestinal fortitude to change some things. Let me give you an example. You ever had anybody who you're always doing favors for, and they never seem to ever get better? They always promise you that they're going to give something back to you, or they always promise that they're going to do better, but they never get better, and they always come to you and lean on you as you're their crutch. Sometimes you got to have the strength to tell them, no, I'm not going to help you this time. Or no, I'm not going to lend you the money this time. Or no, you can't stay here this time. Now, I'm not telling you to be mean. I'm not telling you to be rude. I'm not telling you to be selfish. What I am telling you is to have the strength sometimes to set boundaries for your life. Because you can extend yourself so much to people and you give them so much of yourself that you have nothing for yourself left to give for yourself. And sometimes you got to have the strength that when people do and say things to you, you got to have the strength not to receive it. When people reject you, you have to have the strength to say, you know what, I don't receive that. You can't reject me because I don't reject myself. And I don't give you permission to reject me because I love myself too much. See, you have to have the strength to say to yourself, you know what, self, come hell or high water, if nobody believes in me, I believe in me. If it's only me and God who's sitting here at the end of the day, when the dust clears, who's standing here, I have to have the strength that when nobody has the faith or belief in me, I have the strength to believe in God first, then believe in myself. You have to have the strength sometimes to get out of bed. Sometimes you don't even want to get up because you're too busy worrying about how somebody else might feel about a certain situation that you may be going through. You have to have the strength to tune out the loud, that noise of the naysayers and the haters in your life. You know what? You have to have the strength to say the hell with those people or those things or those distractions. You have to have the strength to tell some people, hey, you know what? You all right, you okay or whatever, but we can't hang out today. You have to have the strength to tell your girlfriend, say, hey, you know what? I got to focus on my relationship with my husband. You got to tell your boys and say, hey, you know what, man? It's about me and my woman today. Forget you guys. It's about us now. We got to focus on us. You got to have the strength to tell some people, hey, back off. This is not your affair. You have to have the strength sometimes to tell people, say, you know what? I can't share this with you, so I'm going to keep this to myself. And you have to have the strength to know sometimes not to share your information with the wrong type of people. Sometimes you have to move in silence. You have to have the strength to keep this closed. You have to have the strength sometimes to open your ears and listen to what people is telling you, especially if it's wisdom. You have to have the strength sometimes to reject foolishness. You have to have the strength sometimes that even when you want to quit, keep going. You have to have the strength sometimes to know that, hey, you know what? I might have messed up yesterday, but I'm not gonna stay down there. I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna pick myself up. I'm gonna have the strength to get up and move on today. You have to have the strength that even when people walk away from you, they're not walking away from you. You're actually outgrowing them. You have to have the strength to understand that sometimes when you go from mountain peak to mountain peak, you can't take other people with you. You have to understand that as you grow and you evolve, certain people who don't grow and evolve with you can't be in your world. And sometimes you have to have the strength to say, hey, you know what? Maybe that person's not supposed to be here at this point in time. Who knows? We may cross paths later on in the future. You have to have the strength to know that, you know what? Yeah, I made a mistake. I made a fool of myself. But guess what? You have to talk to yourself as if you are your best friend. You have to talk to yourself that if you made a mistake, that you talk to yourself like you love yourself. You talk to yourself like you love somebody who made a mistake. You know, you need to stop telling yourself. I used to tell myself, you know, that was stupid what you did. You being an idiot and so on and so forth. Well, then your mind doesn't know when you're not being sarcastic and when you're being serious. Your mind takes it as just what you said. Your wish is my command. It's like the universe. But you have to say to yourself, speak to yourself as if you love yourself or you talking to somebody else you love. You have to say, you know what? Don't be so hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. You made a mistake. Come on. You learn from it. Pick yourself up. Dust yourself off. I don't know what that word's eluding me today. Dust yourself off. You know better, now do better. Don't beat yourself up. Okay? Because if you let them keep you in the condemnation, they're going to always accuse you. If you allow them to accuse you the next 20 years of the mistake you did yesterday, they're going to keep doing it. Because sometimes people like to see you in a pace where you're in a rut, where you can never get free and you can never break loose. And you have to have the strength to tell them, you know what, yeah, that happened in 1990. Well, guess what? It's 2021. Time to move forward. Time to press forward to the mark of the high calling. Forget those things that are behind me. Okay? Sometimes you have to have the strength to say, you know what? In this time, in this season, God is preparing me to focus on this. Sometimes you have to tell, sometime when people want to do certain things with you in business, and God didn't tell you to do that, you have to tell them, well, you know what? I thank you for the opportunity, but I'm not able to fulfill that task at this point in time. Sometimes sometimes some business is not good for you. Sometimes you have to know when to accept certain things, and you have to know when to gracefully bow out of certain things, because that's what happens to a lot of us. We overextend ourselves because we don't know how to say no sometimes. Sometimes we have to back off and say, you know what? Let me get the opportunity to examine what's going on, and I'll get back with you with my decision. Okay? And if people find that offensive, I'm sorry, that's just their problem. You have to have the strength to learn how to know that, folks, if you hear the ice cream truck passing by and you see me want to get up and run, then you know that's the melodious sounds of the ice cream man. But you have to have the strength to say to yourself that, you know what, man, I'm not going to keep being mediocre. I'm not going to keep being average. You're going to have the strength that if you want to get in shape, you're going to have the strength to say, you know what, first thing I got to do first if I want to get in shape is control what goes inside my mouth. You have to have the strength to say, you know what, I'm going to the gym today. Or I'm going to take a brisk walk today. You're going to have the strength sometimes that when you believe in God for certain things, you know what, I'm going to push my plate down. I'm going to fast today. I'm going to trust Him. Because I got some things that I really want to come to pass. See, you have to have the strength sometimes to say, you know what, this is the thing that's hurting me. So every time I see this thing, I'm going to get mad at it and I'm going to reject it. I'm going to walk away from it. See, if drugs is causing you to suffer, you have to look at the drugs and get mad at it and say, you know what, drugs, I don't want you today. I reject you. I reject you in Jesus' name. I reject you. I don't want you today because I want to live a long, healthy, vigorous life. You know, if you smoke, especially if you smoke cigars and yeah, all that's cool to sniff the cigar and all that stuff, you have to say to the cigar, even though you might be cool and all that and looks cool to everybody else, I want to live a long time. I want to be healthy, so I have the strength to put you down, and so on and so forth. Like some of us are drinkers. We have to have the strength to say, you know what? I don't have to drink to fit in the rest of the crowd. I don't have to drink to be called a socialite or to be accepted by my peers. I choose to be different. I have the strength to know that I want to live a long, abundant life. And if drinking is your thing, that's fine. Do it responsibly. There's no judgment here. But if there's certain things you want to change in your life, you have to have the strength to change them. And if your mentality or your mental well-being is threatened by any of these things, whether it's people, whether it's substance like smoking, drinking, drugs, alcohol, whatever the case may be, you have to have the strength to say, you know what? I reject you because I no longer want you in my life because you have been raising havoc or causing havoc in my life. I no longer receive you. I no longer receive you because in my life, God told me, Jesus told me that Satan comes to kill, steal, and destroy. But Jesus came that you might have life and have it more abundantly. So I thank God for everything He's doing today. And I thank Him for having the strength to come out here and tell the people that just saith the Lord. To tell the people that, you have to have the strength to change certain things in your life at this point in time. You have to have the strength to make a determination to be able to see somebody trying to walk in front of my video. You have to go outside, come around.
Oh.
Well, matter of fact, we can't do that. The door's locked. But that's all right. Y'all, look, I'm sorry about this, but we'll make this happen some other time, some other channel. For the Voice of Empowerment, this is your boy Tim Bostic saying you have to have the strength. Peace.